Yo, 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 what's going on, PredHeads?
Yo, happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. We made it.
We made it. We survived the week. It was a really long one, and I am so happy that we made it.
Same.
And over here in California, the weather is getting so much nicer. We're actually filming again in our backyard. It is just so nice outside. So thank God for better weather.
Better weather. That's a tongue twister.
It is. So what's up?
Not much. Just kind of chilling today. I was wondering if you ever heard about how people put their toothpaste on their toothbrush, how you brush your teeth.
I'm sorry, what?
My friends, they have a podcast, and one of the questions they were talking about was, how do you brush your teeth? Do you either A, put the toothpaste on the brush and then run it underwater and then brush your teeth? B, wet the toothbrush first,
Yes.
put toothpaste on it and then brush your teeth? Or wet the toothbrush.
You can't go in dry.
Wet the toothbrush, put the toothpaste on, and then wet the toothbrush again.
All I know is that's way too much for me. I just get my toothbrush, put it on my toothpaste, or opposite, and I just stick it in 2 times a day.
There you go. Yeah, the last option was to just put the toothpaste on the brush and then go in dry.
Oh, no. You need the water to kind of, get the foam going.
They were saying they use the saliva.
Okay. Well, interesting. Thank you for starting off our podcast like this. I'm sure everyone was super interested to hear how you brush your teeth.
Pretty interesting, honestly.
All right. So
how's
what do we
the chat doing tonight, you guys? We got Colorado Pet Patrol, Robbie, Lori, Raging Zim, Worldwide Predator Hunters. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Robbie again. Blake.
We got Blakey. Hey, Blake. I hope your cars in GTA are getting fire. I hope you have a whole warehouse full of cars.
Yes. I'm sure he does by now. So let's go ahead and hop right in.
Yeah, you guys, I just want to say, before we started this channel, I really never knew how much goes on in this community. Last night, we started making our notes like immediately after our last episode, and we just have together like so many notes. It's just, I can't even imagine like the regular news, like
trying to keep up with that. Oh my
God, like there's just so much. But yeah, we're excited to deliver it. I hope everyone has had an incredible Friday. I hope you guys have some fun things planned for this weekend. But let's start it by getting into...
Predator Catchers PA hit 3,000 subs.
Woohoo! Super dope.
As you guys know, we like to mark the monumental thousands.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it is a big deal, you know?
Honestly, 3,000 is a lot, and he's a newer catcher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3,000 is a huge accomplishment. So huge congrats.
For being so new. So that's really good. The next thing we want to go into, Skeeter Gene. We talked about this catch on the last episode, the ice cream shop.
Oh, yeah.
Well, apparently he made the news with this one.
Oh, great. I love that. Blow him up.
Let's see what he's talking about.
Sexually charged conversation with whom he thought was a 14-year-old boy.
That's Skeeter Gene on his YouTube channel, catching so-called child predators as a vigilante, then outs them on social media. The latest alleged predator outed this week, an ice cream shop owner in Carlton in Monroe County, where there is now a for sale sign and graffiti on the building.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the Predator peanut butter cup. Or what? The Predator peanut butter cup.
He ultimately confronted the 63-year-old at Main Street Dairy.
So
he denied
disgusting.
everything, even though Skeeter brought a chat log from their conversation on a dating app where Skeeter posed as a 14-year-old boy.
I wait for them to reach out to me. I'm just, I set up the account on the app. I just let it chill. I hang back, and when one comes in and they message me, I let them know off the bat, hey, this is how old I am. Are you okay with this?
Skeeter uses decade-old photos of a friend when he was 14 on his profile. In this case, he says the ice cream man messaged him first.
It got a little bit sexual. One thing led to another, and then boom, now we have the videos.
The man even says he could be the boy's grandfather. Then the two plan to meet.
I just told my mom I'm probably gonna go to my friend Nick's house, so I can just meet you.
Skeeter handed his evidence over to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, who confirms they are now investigating, trying to locate the alleged sexual predator.
It's a dirty job, but you know, someone's got to do it. You know,
True
facts,
and that's someone has to be me.
With all of that being said, the sheriff in Monroe
and everyone else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and everybody else, but yeah, that's super dope. I love when I see all of our catchers making the news, getting their story out there.
Yes.
So that's super awesome. I almost wonder with that predator, if he like literally intentionally opened an ice cream shop because he like
lure.
wanted to be around children. I mean, that's a stretch, but definitely sketch. So
shout out to Skeeter Gene, though. That's pretty good. The next thing we heard was CPP. I know you guys probably saw this catch. This guy, the music teacher. Mm-hmm. He, I guess, is now being looked for by the Texas Rangers. Yes.
This is actually news to me. I had no idea.
Yeah, so the Texas Rangers contacted, not to be confused, I guess, with the sports team, but they contacted Tommy, and he said that they're looking for this guy.
Wow.
Let's play a
wait,
clip,
so
right?
Okay, yeah, I gotta ask a couple more questions.
You would already be in cuffs, right?
This is the guy who brought like
I'm gonna
a
fucking keep it for evidence
sex
in case
toy.
You fuck up.
Yeah.
And right now, in case the police do show up or
And
somebody
is
calls
married.
the police, I'm gonna make sure that that they know we didn't touch you.
Oh, there it is.
On a 13-year-old.
On a
bro?
13-year-old,
On a
like, are you
13-year-old?
kidding?
Sick.
That's crazy. So I am gonna have to talk to Tommy. I want way more information on that. So did they go to like take him into custody or?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I heard on his live he said that someone called him from Texas, said that it's a different agency, not the normal police department who he contacted
Maybe
while he was
ICAC?
down there. No, it was some type of like maybe like a sheriff versus
Okay.
the police department, and they wanted to track him down. So
Wow. Well, God, I hope they find him.
I do too. So this guy is hopefully going to go down.
Yeah, we need to put wanted signs up. If any of you guys have seen this guy, definitely let us know.
Find out. The next story is sick. Alsted man who beat, raped teenager sentenced to 77 years.
I saw this. Honestly, I am I feel like we've been bringing up a lot of stories where they haven't had too many convictions and like they just pretty much got let loose. So this is so awesome to see 77 years because this guy's like at least 30, so he's going to be dead. He's going to rot in there.
Yeah, he's 34, so that's pretty much a death sentence.
Wow. And so he raped a girl?
Yeah, so the story is Cheshire County Superior Court jury had found Crawford, now 34, guilty in July on 8 counts of aggravated sexual assault. In addition to second-degree assault, falsifying evidence, and 2 counts of witness tampering.
Wow. Okay, well, I think that deserves a round of applause. I think that's a freaking victory.
77 years.
Victory. Super dope.
And then on that kind of court side, saw an interesting video. It's a school teacher. Now, I want to tell you guys today, we have a lot of teachers kind of in the news.
Yeah, we have a big reoccurring theme. Also, this episode is like not for the faint of heart. We go into some graphic details, but this was super interesting. We were watching this last night, and we thought you guys would like it. It's
kind of like a back end. It's an interrogation video of a teacher who is accused of molesting a student, a 12-year-old.
So sick.
Take a listen.
She was on video. You went and got her from specials after you dropped your kids. You took her upstairs. Her arm was in the sling then. After you got in your classroom, we know that she was working on something in your classroom, be it a test or homework or whatever it was, she was working on something. And you went over to her and you placed your hand on her.
On the arm, yes.
No.
No.
Cap.
No.
That's not where you placed
Cap.
your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is everything else not lining up? Why is the teacher, who is everyone's favorite, now being painted in this light?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, you have...
Well.
So, you guys, is this That's the husband and his wife? Is that or
No. This is
okay, sorry guys.
detectives
I'm
and
getting
the police.
No, I understand that. You guys, I'm not that dumb. Clearly that's what's happening. I thought that he said, "Why is your wife the most?" Okay, sorry. I'm mixed up. Sorry guys.
It's okay.
But yes, that's super super sick, and I personally love interrogation, so we thought you guys would like that.
It's kind of like you get to see into the mind of someone who offends like this. You don't really get to see too many interrogations, so it is kind of cool to see.
Yeah,
how
in the
police,
beginning, yeah.
Any catchers out there, I recommend watching this to kind of get some investigative tips, if you will.
Yeah, you always start light and then you just start grilling them, which you guys are all good at.
Here's another teacher in the news. Unfortunately, Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons, teacher accused of receiving child porn.
This is where I got mixed up.
Yes,
this one.
This story.
A teacher at Notre Dame Bishop Gibbons in high school in Schenectady is facing child pornography charges. 36-year-old Kristen Blair Hiltonen of Amsterdam appeared today in federal court, and according to a criminal complaint, she is accused of using social media to communicate with and receive child pornography from a minor victim. If convicted, she faces 5 years to 20 years
Only
in prison.
5.
The school says she has been placed on administrative leave.
5 to 20.
Yeah, I literally was just talking about this either earlier this week or last week, but I said we never see a lot of women being caught, and they're primarily all teachers, like the ones that are caught.
Firefighters spent out.
So this is a perfect example of that, and it's really sick. I'm happy that she was exposed, obviously.
Of course, and the reason we kind of brought this up is one of our viewers left a comment and they mentioned that we should talk about the sexualization of children in the school system, which
is so important because that's really where it all starts.
That's where our kids
it's like
are.
the garden that has all the seeds that sprout up to be this.
And it led me to something really interesting that I didn't see coming. Let's see here. Breaking news. This was just the other day. Hudson mayor demands all school board members resign or face possible criminal charges. So over sexual conduct or materials.
Wait, read that again?
Let's play this.
Yeah, play that.
Because I'm going to dive into it a little more.
Earl, members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education or you will be charged.
Wow.
Yeah, so
what an incredible guy.
Right.
Wow.
The mayor. So apparently what had happened was there's some type of prompts for the kids to be reading. And here it is, 642 things to write about, right? And one asked students to write a sex scene you wouldn't show your mom.
What?
Yes.
The F? Are you kidding?
I wish I was.
Oh.
And then another told the student to rewrite that sex scene from above into one that you would let your mom read.
Oh my God. And then let me guess, did they have them acted out as well? Like
pretty much.
Wow. So that's absolutely incredible. The mayor. Wow.
He's stepping in. He's saying no, none of that.
I'm just so happy that he's like, look, you can either just have your job taken away, which is like nothing compared to getting convicted, or you can turn yourself in.
Right. And apparently one of the other prompts that I read was to try a beer and write how it tastes.
What the heck?
So it's just a little strange, like promoting sexual,
It's crazy that stuff like that is being taught, and then there's stuff like doing our taxes and stuff like that just totally gets swept under the rug, stuff that actually sets us up for like life.
Success.
But then they're saying write something that you wouldn't do in front of your mom. Like what?
Yeah, let's teach you how to write a sex scene. Makes no sense.
Well, shout out to that mayor.
And unfortunately, we have another story of a teacher. Strawberry Crest High School teacher dies by suicide after arrest in child predator sting.
A teacher arrested last week for soliciting nude photos of minors online is dead. Investigators tell us he took his own life. Anthony Peace taught history at Strawberry Crest High School and was a former wrestling coach there. Last week, he was arrested. Investigators said Peace thought he was asking a 14-year-old for inappropriate pictures, but instead was chatting with a detective. Today, they confirmed Peace shot and killed himself last Thursday.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of a reoccurring theme. We're not going to obviously be showing you guys a ton of videos of this. All of these were like the most current within the last 24 hours. That one was a little bit older. We were doing some research and I saw that. But it's really, really, really scary that there's so many predators, both men and women, that are just seeping in our schools. And like when you send your kid off to school every morning, like you feel confident that they're like being almost like your backup parents, you know, like they're protecting our children. They're making sure that they're safe, that they don't fall. If they do fall, that they're taken care of. And then it's horrifying to think that you're literally sending your child to get abused, but you don't even know it.
Exactly. It's honestly really, really sus. Which brings us into an investigation into Sullivan County coroner Tracy Tackett. Now, this guy was caught by EYLP, Expose Your Local Predator, and he showed up and he had his badge on. You know, he worked for the county. He was the coroner, and apparently, like within a couple days after he was found shot in his car, he shot himself. Yeah, this is a huge reoccurring also theme today. I am seeing this so much that these predators are like killing themselves, like just doing themselves off. Yeah, so I looked into it, and this is where it gets kind of interesting. There was a case study done. 20 case histories were identified from 8 countries. The average was 53 years old, with a range from 26 to 71 years old. And all of these people, the things they have in common are they were charged or had an ongoing case, and they were exposed for being a predator, and they had killed themselves. Yeah. Yeah, so I read an article as well where like the coroners, they would take them in to do the autopsy, but they would look at all their background check, and all of them were all child molesters. And most of them, they also said, were going like actively in court fighting their case when they did it. So they pussied out. It says current clinical wisdom is that vast majority of those who complete suicide suffer from a mental disorder. Uncritical adherence to this belief may limit our understanding and restrict our full range of prevention activities. We aim to examine the public record for accounts. So they basically went back, I think it was like 32 years, and searched everything in digital and paper form to find any keywords of like suicide and pedophile or sex offenses. And they came up with all of these guys. And the results here say 20 case histories were identified of men with no apparent mental disorder other than pedophilia who completed suicide shortly after exposure or threatened public exposure, right, and or caught. Early or potential legal punishments. Yeah, no, the second that they got caught and they got exposed and all of a sudden the light was on them, it wasn't just their little secret anymore. They they were no longer man enough. And then the other thing that we found was the FBI behavioral analysis, crimes against children, reviewed and analyzed 106 child sex offenders who committed suicide during the course of a child sex crime investigation. Of the 106 CSOs, 79% were child pornography traders or collectors, 43% were child molesters, 21 were travelers, and 18 were child pornography producers. And it goes on to say that out of that 106 people, 26% of the cases, the offender killed themselves within 48 hours of being with them being caught. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's super, super fascinating. Just the last couple of months, I have heard of so many, well, not so many, but I've heard of a lot in our community where they have been caught and then they go do themselves off. And I don't want to jump the gun or anything. I guess we'll wait a little bit because I don't want to jump the gun. But people are actually, that are being caught, and families are actually using it against the predator catchers now, and sometimes even lying
in hopes of getting content removed from YouTube,
Right,
or woe is me, you know?
And yeah, that's the unfortunate part, is they're using this now as, oh, well, someone died that we know and you exposed them, so can you remove the content, please? And it's like, well, there's no proof of that, honestly.
Right. And also, like, so we did have someone reach out to us where that had happened. And so we called them to discuss it because we were doing this episode today. And they said, yeah, well, you know, it's kind of sketch. Like, you know, I usually wouldn't second guess it, but the profile was just made today. Like, their Facebook had just been created today. Like, it seems like, you know, their intention was to get it removed.
And we also found out, you know, that DAP actually caught someone as well, who also commits suicide. So it kind of brings up this whole, you know, thing for the catchers that you may run into this problem.
Yeah, no, and it is kind of where it gets me, is, to me, suicide, it's just such an easy way out. I saw a comment on some video where a guy had committed suicide after he was a pedophile, and they were like, oh, like, he was his own jury, he was his own everything, because he just went and made his own decision. Like, once again, he was in control, you know? And I think it's super sick, but it's
like their last thing of control over the victim.
100% is what I am starting to think about more, and what's concerning me, because if they want to do that, go do yourself off. I mean, you've ruined so many children's lives, but I worry about the effect that it's having on our catchers.
Right.
You know,
the mental health.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of mental disturbance doing stuff like that.
That brings us to a recent catch, very recent, that's with Predator Catchers PA. He actually had the same kind of thing happen to him, and we got him on the line here. We wanted to kind of go over it with him to see his perspective and see how it's affected him. Shafiq, are you there?
What's up? Let's see. Hold on. I think we need to get our sound up.
Can you guys hear me?
Go.
Oh,
yep,
there we go.
Here.
What's up?
What's going on, Shafiq? Everyone
Not
say
much.
what's
How
up
are you
to Predator Catcher PA in the chat. He's been doing good work.
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
So, yeah, we just wanted to kind of run down. So I remember you, let's play this clip really quick, because this is the video you posted in regards to it. And let's see your kind of first reactions here.
I had the craziest
Are you talking
catch
about the video from last
easily
night?
the best catch
No,
I ever
this
had
is
2 days ago. But I just found out today that the person I caught that day, he killed himself tonight. And I don't know if I should still upload the video or not, and I needed to get other people's perspectives.
Yeah. So when you found out, like, take us through this, because I know you ended up not posting the video, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I didn't post it.
What was your thoughts on that? Are you still going to hold back and not post it, or?
I honestly don't even know yet, but, like, I was at work the night I found out, and I have to leave work early.
Yeah, no, that's a really hard thing to deal with, and it's super weird to think, like, you were with him the day before.
Yeah.
Do you know if it happened within, like, a 48-hour period after you caught him, like the study was showing?
From what I know, it was the same night.
Wow.
So, like, how did
the cops had?
Oh, go ahead.
The cops had taken his phone. They took his phone that night, like when I got them to the scene, and he ended up doing it that night. I don't know if he had something on his phone or not.
Wow.
Like child phone or something, but.
So, like, since none of us were able to see the video, like, can you just give, like, a little bit of context as to, like, what this guy was like, how your interaction with him was?
Well, I asked him why he sent a picture of his dick. He's like, how do you know that's my dick? How do you know that's mine? I'm like, why are you sending it regardless?
Right.
And then I'm like, he was asking really weird hypothetical questions to a minor. I don't remember exactly what he asked. I'd have to look at the video. But then, I don't know, he was just being really weird. I'm like, why did you ask her for nudes? He's like, she told me she wasn't affiliated with the police, so it didn't matter. And then I'm like, so why are you asking for nudes? He's like, I didn't ask for nudes. I didn't ask for bare ass and tits. I just wanted to see what they look like.
Wow. So did he say anything to you, like, please, like, did you say, hey, I'm live? Or did he try to say, like, please don't post this? Please don't. Was he showing anything that he would be suicidal that night to you? Did you have any idea?
When I called the police, he started freaking out, like, because the reason I called the police is because because he kept lying to me. I told him if he was honest, I wasn't going to. And I asked him a question. I was just testing him because I already knew the answer. I was like, have you ever chatted with another minor before online? Well, I had multiple decoys on Kick, and he was chatting with both of them.
Wow.
And he said no. And I'm like, you're sure you haven't chatted with another minor? And he was lying. So then I told him I was going to call the police, and he started freaking out.
Oh, it's like I feel more bad for you because I've seen your videos, and we were actually just watching one of your videos last night, and out of not all, but out of a lot and the vast majority of predator catchers, you are so nice. Like last night you caught someone with like a major disability, and I just kept hearing like you reiterate it over and over, like, I'm so sorry that you were born with this circumstance, and like you don't go and make fun of them, and like you're so nice to them that I would imagine that this would have had an effect on you a little bit. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine right now.
Good.
Yeah, mental health, like, as you know, being a decoy and doing these things, it can take a real toll on you mentally, What are some things that keep you kind of active and keep you focused?
Like, focused with catching?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just everybody that you catch is going to be like usually completely. No two catches are the exact same because everybody has a different personality, and everybody that you're talking to and the reaction is different. So you never know what's going to happen.
No, that's so true. Well, you, again, kind of just got in the game within this last year, and you've been killing it. So everyone, if you're not subscribed to him, go subscribe.
Yes, please
He is
go subscribe.
such a nice guy. Like, I love watching his catches. Last night, he drove over like an hour and a half to catch this guy. And he even just caught a correctional officer, too, I saw.
Yep. That was like 3 or 4 days ago I caught him.
Yeah, he was super arrogant. I wanted to slap him.
And then, hey, Shafiq, one last thing I want to ask you is, after you kind of heard the whole study, do you think that pedophilia is a mental disorder?
I don't know, but I think that we will know within like the next 10, 15 years, the way that like 100%. The medical field.
Yeah, no,
That's
100%.
Yeah, it's a really big question in the community of whether these guys are born like this or, if it's something that they acquire over their lifetime,
Right. But I mean, it's not even your job to do that. It's your job. I mean, it's not even your job to go out here and catch these guys, but you do. And I really, really appreciate it. And I'm speaking for everyone in the comments as well. Like, you do an awesome job. And this definitely, even if they don't commit suicide, just talking to such perverted people is just like, it takes a toll on your mind. So I definitely appreciate all you do.
Out. We're going to link.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We're going to link your channel after the show ends so everyone can go show some love and catch up. Thanks for coming on. We'll have to have you again.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Super nice.
Thanks for coming on the show. That was interesting. I just want to shout out. I just saw in the chat that Predator Catcher Indianapolis caught the same guy twice
the guy
in
that
less
committed
than an
suicide?
hour. No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, he
Give
caught
me
one guy,
context.
and then he caught another guy in less than
What?
same guy in less than an hour.
Oh my God.
That's
wow.
insane.
That's oh my God, it makes me so mad. I just want to like rip out my hair because it's like sometimes I was watching a stream the other night and the guy was such a good con artist. I mean, he kind of had me swaying where it was like I almost kind of felt bad for him. I was like, okay, don't call the police. Like, it seems like he's learned. But I think that these guys are just such, and women are such good con artists that they can literally just flip the script, make you believe what you want to believe, and clearly they're back on the second that you part ways.
Second you leave, they're back on the app looking. And that's why it's important to call the police. Whether or not they are going to do something, we need to start calling every catcher out there. Make a report, get them out there, at least spook them for the day. They're going to be back tomorrow, but at least get them a little bit scared.
100%.
So, yeah, all these people, all these predators, right?
It's sick. It's mind blowing. I think kind of doing this news, it's like we get to see so many of the highlights, but we're also digging so deep and you just see so much bad, things. And I really just worry about our catchers. That's why, you know, with all the hate and sometimes there's hate comments and everything, it's like, this takes a lot on your toll. And yes, they are putting themselves in the position to do this. But when your main communication with people is with preds, it definitely it does take a toll. Like, you can't lie.
Definitely.
So again, show some love for all of our predator catchers out there.
Yes, of course.
It's some heavy shit.
Heavy. And then the next thing we wanted to talk about was we're going to have a guest on maybe sometime next week to go more in depth, but on the grooming process. That, you know, that, and kind of to let the parents know what to look for, signs that your kid might be being abused or groomed.
So someone on our Discord, actually, you can go to our Discord on the submissions page. Nova Bombshell 86, shout out to you.
Shout out.
She said it would be super interesting if you guys talked about the signs that a child is being talked to by a pred. And the thing is with Cup and I is when we first started, we both have experiences, but we're not professionals and know-it-alls about everything in here. So we really like having people come on that are kind of experts. So we are setting that up, but I just did want to give like a few statistics. So 1 in every 10 children will be sexually abused by the time that they turn 18.
Wow.
That means, this is just so sad. That means that this year alone, over 400,000 babies that are born into the U.S. will become victims of child abuse.
Wow.
400,000.
That's crazy.
It's just sickening.
That number is
like
so
it
high.
makes me kind of like emotional, honestly, because it's just like, ugh. So yeah, it's, oh my gosh.
There's
it's
a
really
lot,
sad.
you guys.
There's just so much. There's so much. But we did want to give just a couple signs before we do have our guest on, just to kind of, you know, maybe your child is being sexually abused. I don't know. But if your child is being more sexually promiscuous, you know, that's clearly a sign.
Yes. Another sign is, you know, if they're exhibiting a sexual kind of act, or they're thinking about something, they had to have seen that from somewhere. It's like if
you have a 6-year-old and you watched a movie and they saw a sex scene and then they start maybe
acting it
out or talking about it, then it's not crazy because you're like, okay, I just had the TV on, they're seeing this. But if they've never seen any of that and then they start talking about something like a sexual part, or a boy and a girl do this, then there's clearly something that makes you be like, wait, what the heck? You know, like how does my child know about this?
And then you got, you know, your behavioral problems, including aggression, non-compliance or combative, rage, physical damage, breaking things, you know, if they're throwing plates across the room. And if they used to be an extrovert and go into becoming an introvert and they're super quiet or shy.
Yeah,
you know?
you think of a child that's just lived a really good, like perfect little life, and they're vibrant and they're laughing and they're playing and they're just enjoying their life to their fullest. And then all of a sudden they start maybe, you know, having someone come on to them or being molested, and all of a sudden they become just a really quiet child, never wants to go to school, is acting out, has a ton of rage. That should make, and you know, like I can list so many different things that we should be looking at, but the main thing out of everything that I personally know from personal experience and from what I've read is that you need to have that door of communication open with your child. I was listening to a video earlier today of a girl who her abuser would say, "This is our game. It was a game. Do you want to go play our game? It's a secret game. Only you and I play it." And so she never wanted, it was a secret.
Right.
So she didn't ever tell anybody,
anyone.
but it was heartbreaking. She said, "I wished all of those years that my parents would have just said, like, what is this secret game?" So she could tell him, but she didn't want to break the secret. So it's just really about keeping that door of communication open with your child, you know, having those difficult talks and just communication. Also, another really, really big thing is social media. I see so many little girls on like TikTok, Facebook, just want to be able to report on the news, but then also kind of bring prevention to everyone. And, you know, you may know someone in your life that you don't even know that's being abused. And so it's just kind of like a awareness, educational type of thing.
Of course. It's good to have. We need that. It's not a lot of it right now. Let's go into our updates for the community here for what videos have dropped. The first one we got here is Creepcatcher Texas. We covered them the other day. They're fairly new. They only have 327 subscribers now. I think they had like 100 last time. Let's see. This is number 4.
They went up quick.
At the end of the day, you know you a pedophile, bro. You knew you was here to meet an underage boy. You still came in your PJs, in your pajamas. You was ready for a good night, weren't you? You probably said, hey, man, let me just say we was here to watch movies. So it's not like I'm trying to meet up for sex, but that's what you're doing here. Hey, man. What you think would happen if I just said you was here to meet an underage boy to these guys right here? What you think they'd do to you? Should I scream that? Should I? Hey, man, this dude was here to meet an underage boy right here, man.
So I watched the video. The guy ends up driving off.
Of course.
And I think this catcher, since he's kind of new, he has a lot of room to grow.
Don't we all?
Right.
I mean, we have a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Of
He's
course.
so new in the game.
Yeah. The one thing I'd say would be to definitely try to call the police in your area, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to get these guys to stop and talk for a minute, and it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, no, but shout out to him. Definitely go subscribe.
Show him some love. Creepcatcher Texas. The next video we have is Delta flight attendant from LC. This was a part of the LC PCPA collab.
One of the 17 catches.
One of the 17.
Let me see. If any other underages that you've been talking to over there?
I mean, I have a couple. There's a couple apps on here.
How many of them that's been under 18 that you've been talking to?
None that I know of.
None that you know of? Besides tonight?
Excuse me?
Besides tonight? Besides the last one that you were just talking to?
That's it.
The one that's supposed to be coming here right now?
Yeah.
They told you he was 15 years old.
Yeah, I know. It's a bad judgment.
You gonna make that phone call though?
So this guy's an airline flight attendant for Delta.
Oh,
so he's
that.
passing you your peanuts while you're sitting there.
Yikes. Well, ew.
Take those peanuts back.
I wonder if CPP did a phone call with a supposed pilot. So I wonder if they work on the same plane. Maybe they can just board and fucking go crash. Sorry for cussing.
No.
That just came out. Sorry.
They can go missing, maybe like the Malaysian flight.
Yeah.
But interesting catch there. Go check that out. The next one we have that dropped is also from LC and PCPA. This is a massage therapist that wants to get handsy with a minor.
First lie that come out of your mouth from right now, I'm going to call the police.
Therapist?
So it's better you be truthful with me. Actually, who are your friends? You have friends out here?
Shook.
Yes,
Stunned.
no. Do you have?
He's like, what?
I just like love LC's voice. I just like want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I love his voice. It's so distinctive.
And he's funny.
He's super funny. I love his energy that he gets anytime after a catch, just like the things that he says. And like, I just love it. It's great energy.
Keep bringing that energy, please, Musa. The next one we have is from, I think this is on your boy JDQ. It's Alex with a Bible thumping predator. I guess we watched this one actually live.
We did, yeah.
When we were coming back from the wedding.
Yeah. This guy supposedly is a pastor, which I really don't believe.
He could be. We covered a couple of those.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely could be. This catch actually ended kind of weird. The predator actually had 2 knives, and so Alex, for his protection, he said, please put the knives on the hood. They proceeded to do this whole thing. The guy ended up calling his wife, getting in the car, and then Alex ended up taking the guy's 2 knives. So we don't recommend doing that, but yeah.
It is what it is.
I don't. I wasn't really part of high school. I was actually on the swim team.
You were on the swim team?
And I didn't associate with football mainly
because
one of my oldest and long-term friends and I ended up having a falling out. And so at that point in time, I was like, don't really have much want nothing to do with him. And to be honest,
It's a good catch.
It's a good catch. I think these guys are so full of crap.
Oh,
like
yeah.
their stories. Oh no, I'm a priest. I'm this. It's like, I don't believe
really
it. I
care.
don't believe it. Don't care. You're a predator.
The next thing we have is, I think this was it was OB Nation, Ramy's catch that he had the other night. He made him take off his shoes. I guess we didn't make the guy take the shoes off, but he said there's a language barrier. So he said, can you stand right here? And the guy started to take his shoe off, and Ramy was like, you don't have to do that. He's like, well, you can if you want. So then he ended up taking it off, but it did look like it ended in arrest.
You want yourself.
Nice.
Identify him, and later we need to address something in there too.
Windy.
Okay. Yeah, just make sure it doesn't have anything on it before.
Those silver bracelets. So good job on this one.
Yeah, super dope. I don't know if it was from this catch, but there was a catch that Ramy was doing the other night, and like he made like cool friends with the cops. Like the cops were super into it. Like they were vibing.
Ramy apparently was going to get arrested, and I guess a cop that had helped him out in the past had called in and spoke with the cops that were there, and I guess like kind of talked the cops out of arresting Ramy, because everyone was like, oh my God, Ramy's going to get arrested. He's going to get arrested. And then he came back, was not arrested. He was in the Tesla. So
well, thank God. Did his Tesla come pick him up by itself?
Probably. So shout out to Ramy. Let's finish this. Let's see him get in the car. Load him up.
Bye.
And there it is, folks.
Thank you for all you do, guys.
All right, man.
Good. Love that.
So we love to see that. Hopefully that guy sees his time in court. The next thing is also in the Predator vein.
Oh, yes.
A little lighthearted. It's from Scamula Bader, who's a big supporter in the community. Shout out to Scamula. If you guys haven't subscribed to her, please go and show some love. She does a different type of catching.
They're definitely predators. So like it was not even an option of like, oh, should we include this? I was like, absolutely. Like she catches online predators that are after our older people and all of us, after our money. Yeah.
So I wanted to play a little bit of that.
Yeah. Guess what? Amazon doesn't have
to judge a person.
You're a scammer.
I love her laugh.
You may not like the fact that you're a dirty scammer, but you are.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Connie, did I scam you?
Of course you didn't scam me. Because you can't scam me.
Then what makes you to think that it's no?
What makes me think it? Well, the minute you open your mouth.
Get a job, Connie.
Get a job. Get a job.
Stop being a thief.
I do have a job.
No, you don't have a job. This is not a job. You're in what sector are you in? Sector 5? No, this is not a job. A bank robber doesn't go in and say, well, this is.
So go show her some love.
I love her, and seriously, like whenever I get into a live video, she is always showing support for every single catcher. Like she is so hardworking, and then she has the time to talk to these predators on the phone and then edit. So definitely go, if you need something lighthearted, go check out Scamula. She's my favorite.
Let's see that. Oh, so this is so last night, this is Predator Catcher PA. This is his catch last night with the caregiver. And so what happened was this guy he's not right? He's got some problems, some physical ailments or whatnot. And he didn't call the police, but he got into it with the caregiver. This guy is a full-time caregiver. So when he left, everyone in the chat was like, you need to call the caregiver. You need to call somebody. You need to let this guy, let him know.
Yeah, you need to let somebody know.
If you're not going to call the police,
somebody has to know.
Right. So he went back, and I'll play a little clip, but I'm not going to play the whole thing, but they had a long conversation, and there's definitely something sus with this caregiver.
I wonder if they're like in it together.
Well, I
play it.
The thing is really quick, the caregiver said something about he knows all about this world, and he said that he gets bigger people than what Shafiq is going after. And I don't really know what this guy's talking about, but we were thinking in the chat, maybe this guy's extorting his patient for money, and he was mad. We don't know for sure, but definitely, I think Shafiq said he's working on getting in touch with some type of welfare check
Whoa.
or department to help out with this. You'll see he's really, really bad.
What's that?
So he comes back and asks.
You said I can open the door?
Yep. There
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
Yes,
this was
you're
the guy
I can
I
open
saw
it.
last night. Yep.
Last night.
Okay. Am I able to turn the light on in here?
And Shafiq's just so
I thought
sweet.
about it, and I'm not. Like I said, I'm not going to call the police, but I want you to call your caregiver.
So you guys, this guy has
caregiver, 'cause
Parkinson's.
It's really, really sad.
I want to call your caregiver to let him know what's going on. I really want to make sure that this does not happen again. Like we can either call your caregiver.
And I just want to say, because when I first saw this, I was really, really like kind of sad. I was just like, oh, like this is not really what I like want to see. But I mean,
Right.
he is a predator. But Shafiq, just huge shout out. Like he was so nice. He kept apologizing that this guy had to deal with this. So like this guy was taken care of so well by Shafiq. I mean, he was not made fun of. He was not nothing. He was taken care of so well. So sorry, keep going.
Caregiver, or I can call the police.
He calls the caregiver basically though, and I don't want to give it away, but go
watch
that.
it. It's a really good catch.
And not to mention, Shafiq left last night to go get this at like 1:30 his time, and it was like an hour and a half away. But he said, people were donating, so he wants everyone to know that the donations are going to catches. So he wanted to make that known, and he drove out and got this guy. And wow.
Yeah, Shafiq's a really great guy. Cup and him spoke this morning kind of before we got this set up, and he is just such a good guy.
Yeah.
So go support him if you're not already.
Mm-hmm. The other thing we got is the Samuel call. Everyone wants to hear Samuel. Still waiting to see if this guy's going to get caught, what the deal is. I wish I knew more.
Do they have a date or anything?
I don't think they do have a date.
I cannot wait. It's going to be
he's
a
far
good build-up.
away.
It's a good build-up.
So go check that one out. The next thing we got, PvP. Not to be confused with PvP Ho, who's the decoy. There's been a little confusion
There's
there.
too much confusion.
But PvP, I think, he's on his 40th catch, and he's just on a roll.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah. And you guys, like, if you ever need a really, really good laugh during a catch, like this particular catch is just, it's so funny. Like the things the guy is doing, he literally has a bag that's like better set up than my own purse. You'll know what I'm saying when you watch it. You have to go watch this, please.
So really quick, PCM just chatted and said that they are getting him first weekend of October.
Woo!
So that's going to be long awaited. Everyone wants to see this. I hope it lives up to the hype. You guys have a lot of
It will, because the phone calls speak for itself.
Right,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no.
Like, there's nothing to live up to because you hear this guy on the phone, and that's what everyone wants to see, but in real life.
Let's take a look at this guy's purse that he brought.
This is so funny.
C is yes.
Yes or no, you were talking to this 15-year-old boy tonight?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Be a fucking man, or I'm going to call the cops, or it's just that easy. It's really that easy. I'll call the cops now, and we can get this conversation a lot quicker, get this conversation over a lot quicker.
What else would you like to know?
I'd like you to start being truthful. Have you been truthful yet?
I have been.
So what kind of protection?
Bruh.
You guys, this guy, I just have to say the one thing and then we'll move on. This guy said that he's a cross-dresser, which who cares? But his bag was full of tampons. And he's like, oh, I'm a cross-dresser, so I have tampons. And I'm just like, I'm a girl and I would do anything not to ever see a tampon in my life again.
Right.
So it's just so funny to me. Like
that he chooses to
this guy chooses to have tampons. Like he is the ultimate purse setup for any woman over the age of 21.
And then we got 39 from PvP. He's a wrestler. No, he's not. He's just a collector. But that's a good one there. So
Really
go
good.
check those. I think also he said that he has number 40, but it's being edited right now. These are all within the last day, by the way.
You guys, he busts them out. Like he busts them out.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
they're really entertaining catches. They're not like you're bored. Like that guy, that was actually the one, that last one is the one that I was talking about that kind of like made me feel the feels. I kind of felt bad for him, but then the chat kept me in check.
It was good. And then the next thing we have here is Justin Payne. And I was kind of confused about this because it's a 47-second clip. But he said that he was posting the full thing. So I don't know if it's a members only type deal or what. But I'll post it in the link so you can take a look, and maybe we can find out if it is the full deal. We also had a premiere that was supposed to go down with Colorado Pet Patrol. I don't know if it's live yet. Might be. It might not.
I believe he's going live at 7, or the video is premiering. It might have already. No, I'm pretty sure it's at 7. I'm almost positive.
Yeah,
so go over there after this. Go support Tommy and CPP.
Yeah, we'll post the link in the chat. The other thing we have here is a very new catcher. It's Richmond against Predators. He only has 27 subscribers, guys. Let's go, all 40 of us. Let's go show this guy some love. I don't think we've talked about him yet.
We haven't. And the crazy thing is that even though he only has 27 subscribers, I personally have had at least 4 people reach out to me and say, you need to put this guy on your channel. So he's super underrated, totally deserves more. So go subscribe. People are loving him.
Mm-hmm. And then this is really interesting. So this is a group called, it's Worldwide Predator Hunters, and you guys might have seen him in chat earlier, but I talked to him today, and he said he's been around for about 3 years doing this, and he has, over that 3 years, he has 36 convictions, 27 of which are currently in the process, and he's really professional.
It's
about the whole
crazy
thing.
How much he sets it up. Like, we don't want to go too deep into it because I want him to explain it. But you guys, he has like a whole formula for how it's done. He has his decoys, and then it gets sent off to research, and then the research does it. And then before he even goes to do the catch, it's already shifted through like 3 different departments. And he always calls the police.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say is he actually, he told me that he calls the police beforehand and speaks to the local police in that area and sometimes even rides along with the police.
Right, like they're super, they work with him. Like,
and you'll see right here, I'm going to play this clip. It looks like he's getting out with the police as they're going to get the guy. Let's take a look.
Yeah, they definitely work hand in hand.
Show me your hand! Show me your hand!
Watch him.
Watch him.
Damn.
You can tell that they're not
so rare that
around.
the police aren't like, you need to stay
Right,
back here.
right.
They're kind of like letting him do his thing. And that's the thing is if you kind of, maybe if you're in a small town, but if you kind of build that rapport with the police department, hopefully all catchers can get to this. I know it's a long shot, but hopefully they can all kind of get to this level of respect with the police that when you call them, they know, okay, if this person's calling me, it's a serious matter and it's going to be handled.
I mean, just look how they all popped out. I mean, that was pretty intense. It seemed like a movie or something, right?
No, 100%. And I saw somebody in the chat, I just glanced over, they said who was the catcher with only 27 subs. That's Richmond against Predators. And I actually see them in here, so what's up?
What up, Richmond against Predators?
Everyone go sub.
Go sub to them. But yeah, so I want to get, his name's Jay, who runs this operation. They don't have a big presence on YouTube right now. I think they have like 1,500 around their subs. But he did say that they're verified on Facebook and they have about 12,000 followers. So we're going to try to get him on for a longer interview to kind of break down his process. He has a lot to say and he's pretty interesting.
Yeah, super interesting guy.
And then the last thing, that was just happening was I put it on my notes. It was the live catch. And I guess can someone tell me in the comments, is this the same guy that they caught again?
Ugh.
Because I want to play this.
Doing, dude.
Fucking up, evidently.
Fucking up.
Oh, yeah.
What are you thinking?
He's not thinking.
Evidently not.
Explain yourself, man. Explain yourself.
Plain and simple. Nothing really explain.
Nothing to explain.
Explain why you're here to meet a 13-year-old? When you're, what, how old?
Same guy.
So this is the same guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're 34?
Look at his car.
Where you going, dude? All right, we'll call. Okay, have it that way. We'll call the cops, and then they're gonna come knocking on your door with the fork. You get his license plate.
Or you're going to get him 30 minutes later.
Right, because he's just repeating. Ew. And I can't believe that predators, like, when they act on this, but like he's coming to pick up a 13-year-old in that car. And like, it's just like, oh, if that's his car and how he lives, like, it's like, imagine where he was going to like take this little girl. It's just like, oh my God, it's a headache.
So PCM is saying got him twice within 45 minutes, 2 different decoys, 13 and 12. Like, what the actual
what
F?
The hell?
Crazy. So big shout out to PCI, PCM, the whole crew out there 100%. Doing their thing.
And thanks for being in our chat.
Yes,
we love you guys.
We like having you here. So if we do have questions, we can.
I know we have the source.
Right, the source right here. So that's pretty interesting. Thank you to everyone who went and subbed over to Richmond against Predators. Yeah. Shout out to that. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, this is kind of funny. First of all, if you are a catcher and you need help with your Discord, hit me up.
A little shameless promo.
Yes, people have been asking if I can help them here and there, and I don't mind helping set up with anything you guys need. If you're a new catcher and you don't have a Discord and you need some help, I don't mind helping with that as well. It's all good. Just hit me up, and we'll get it going. And that brings me to our Instagram. Please follow our Instagram. Our first one got nuked. We are not getting it back. It looks like Instagram said F you.
Yeah, they said you're a bot and you need to get off our platform. And then they also tried to do that to this one. And honestly, I'm shocked that it's even still existing. So go show us some love. Go show some love on Discord. We're really trying to keep up on all the news. Make sure when someone goes live that we're posting it in there. If there's any big news, when there was the suicide story a couple days ago, we posted that.
Yeah. And then we were thinking about maybe doing a bot inside of Discord to just put all of the catchers on. So if you do join, you'll get a notification for all the catchers.
And you can turn that off. But we have heard some things that people are interested in seeing when all of these live catches are. And there's something just super dope about being there present in a live catch. Like, the comments, the emotions are all raging. So definitely super dope. So let us know if you think,
and
that's
then,
a good idea.
Speaking of Discord, the last thing I want to touch on, this is a really funny thing. So apparently in Ramy's Discord, there's a lot of hype going on, and it's about Ramy versus one of his own mods in an MMA fight.
No.
Yeah. So this is an actual thing, you guys. It's Ramy versus Pride, and they've been hyping it up. Apparently, they said that there is about $10,000 willing to be bet on this fight. We don't know if it's going to happen. Right now, it's to be announced. But as you guys might know, our claim to fame is over the Aaron Carter boxing. And our video got like 1 million+ views. So we said we'd narrate this fight if it did happen. So they're putting together this. Hopefully it is going to go down. This would be entertaining, I know, for everybody.
Yeah, if you don't like Ramy, watch him get beat up. If you do like him, then watch his mod get beat up.
You got both sides of it right there.
There you go.
So definitely keep your eyes open for that. Join his Discord if you want to see the behind-the-scenes setting up of that fight. It's going to be funny.
It's going to be super funny.
So shout out to that. Place your bets. And apparently both Ramy and Pride have put $2,500, or they're going to put $2,500 up. And I was thinking, if that is the case, why don't a portion of that money go towards like the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children?
That'd be super dope.
Right? So if you're going to fight, at least donate some money to the cause that we all represent.
100%. And you guys, we do have to wrap it up because there is a premiere. So go over and see CPP, Colorado Pet Patrol. He is going live. The last thing we do want to say is, although our schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are doing a bonus episode. I know, yay! On Sunday, and it's going to be a topic that was asked in our Discord. So that's going to be a fun episode. And then we're also going to do phone calls. So we got a phone number so you guys can be way more interactive with us. You guys can call in, you can talk. So Sunday, we don't have a time to be announced, but we will definitely be talking to all you guys. We love you guys. We support you guys, and we're super excited about the family we've created.
Yes, and I just dropped the link for the premiere for Colorado Pet Patrol, so make sure you head over there and show them some love. And I guess CC Unit has a live catch that we heard the other day was going to be a big catch. So go check all of that out right now. We'll report back on it next Monday.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll see you guys.
We love you.
Peace.
Have a good weekend. Peace.